Emperor has been expecting you.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Hope Show, weekly live stream dedicated to 1/6 scale collecting in general, movies, TV show, pop cultures, all that type of stuff. This will probably be our second last stream before the end of the year. I am going to do another stream probably on New Year's Eve, very kind of a shorter one, kind of to address the figures of the year and finally kind of lock down my own personal final list. But look, we got a newcomer here today. So we have Harrison, aka Viking Collectibles, but we have a newcomer. Just shut up.
Something along those lines.
We have David.
Hello.
From 6 Scale Shields. How are you doing, man? You good?
I'm good, thank you. Very good. Exciting week this week.
Exciting week, and a particularly exciting day as well, because
Indeed.
I think if I hadn't already recorded my top 10 announcements of 2026, this one may have taken it, especially after the news today, which you would address. It would definitely be top 3. Because I'm a bit of a Terminator shill. Yeah.
I mean, we're an INART shill, but you know.
Well, you know what? Like, the thing is, people tiptoe around it, but I think INART make better figures.
Yeah.
You know? But they're definitely.
I didn't want to say it. You said it.
Yeah. Because the funny thing is, if you say that, the extremes of the Hot Toys extremists will come after you. And if you say anything critical about INART, the INART extremists will find you. So you're kind of damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
I mean, I sort of tread that line because I see everything from a black and white plane. So if INART do something I find questionable, I'm just as harsh on them as I am on Hot Toys. You know, no one's safe from both barrels. So that's the sort of thing that we do over on the shelves.
I think today, though, we will get into that. We're going to maybe leave that till later on till we get a few more people in here, but we will be discussing the Terminator. And because today was, I'd already dropped my pre-order before I heard the good news. I mean, in fairness, today it's very hard to say anything negative about them, but I'm sure we'll find something, like, you know.
We will find something, don't worry.
Yeah. Harrison, how are you doing today? How was your Christmas?
Yeah, really good, thank you. Yeah, lovely couple of days spent with the kids. So, yeah, really good.
Excellent stuff. Look, we're just going to address some of the chat here before we get into this. People watching, you got 49 already in. It's pretty good numbers. People are at a loose end, I think, around Christmas. They're at that, you don't know what day of the week it is, then that, you know,
yes, that dead period, right?
Yeah. So we got Just Keith Lee. Channel member, thank you very much for being here. Of course, we have, actually going to read this comment. Hope everyone has been having a kick-ass holiday so far. Let's finish 2025 with a bang. Yeah, well, we got definitely something to talk about. Of course, we have Harrison Viking Collectibles here as well. Iron King Champ INART 2-pack drama. It's good drama, to be fair. Someone tell us what's going on. We will, absolutely. We will 100% be addressing that. Me thinks that INART saw the blowback from collectors on the pricing and called an audible to include another body, boots, sunglasses, and bring more value to the Reese. I definitely have thoughts on that. And I'm sure we're gonna dissect this later on. But yeah, we will get back to that. Keith, thanks for being here, much appreciated. We got Moose, who is a channel member. Hello, community of collectors. Did we all get 90 Terminator today? Oh, I'm 422 for me, Moose. I paid up in full. The $4. The $4 now looks great because no one cares about the $4. It's what they did after that. But the $4 at the start was like, oh, come on, lads. My Hot Toys Battle Damage T800 is amazing, though. As is my INART Hermione. Yeah, I have that Hot Toys. I presume you're talking about the Police Shootout one. It's pretty good. I've thoughts on comparing them as well. We'll get there as well. We got Vita, thanks very much for being here. Another channel member. We got Geo the Movie Canon. We got Caffeinated Comic Fan. Thank you very much for being here as well. Trying to just get up there. We got Music and Collectibles. Thank you for joining us. We got Jim Collector, who is a channel member. He's also a wielder of the Blue Wrench, so please behave yourself, folks. We have got Dogito, channel member. Thank you very much. We have 1/6 scale Mike, or at 1/6 Mike. Thank you very much for being here as well. We got a fan of David here. David is an awesome dude, and we need Mandy on as well. Tell her she is an open invite. And what's the other guy's name, the Australian guy?
Matt.
Yeah. Say it to him as well. Why not? I don't know, the time probably won't suit him, but like...
I think they're actually both in the chat, so that...
brilliant. Good stuff. Well, they've heard it now. I'd imagine Matt's on like a beach or something. It's like...
Always.
Australia,
it's on the beach, yeah.
It's their summer now, shouldn't it? Been really enjoying this 6-scale shield stream. That's hard to say, but yeah, likewise. So have I. So Jim's got a fan there as well. We got Ryan as well. We have got Mandy Burton. Speaking of the devil, there she is. Thanks very much for joining us, Mandy. And like I said, open invite whenever suits you. We got Mitchell Lawrence here as well. I want this T1 figure. Shocker, Mitchell. Absolute shocker. I'm shocked and appalled. He's a man of culture. But this deposit and asking price just after Christmas. I get that, but have you heard the good news? Evening, guys. Good to see 6-scale shills on here too. Let me see. Damn, I was on the wrong one. Hello, community collectors. Did we all get... All right, yeah, I did. I called it out. It came through, actually, Moose. Regardless, I called it out already. So apparently you're naked from the waist down. Apparently so. Yeah. Apparently so. Who'd have thought?
I can't get rid of these guys, seriously. Yeah. I try and be professional when they follow me where I go.
The Humble Collector UK is here as well. We got Universal Key. We got D Savage. I don't know if it's David Savage or it could be anything. It could be Dominic Savage, but D Savage is here. I think you get more characters in the mobile version. Oh, God, I hope you don't mean shills, man. A few of them, I had to block them over the last... they come out of the woodwork there over the last week. It's just like... They must have been very bored in their mother's basement. It's just... I don't know, what are you going to do? Like, you know? I'm not going to be nice to you if you leave a troll comment. Ian H. and Silver Fox, catch yourself on and hope you are well. We have something for you here, and we surely have something for you here, do we? I can't. This is a staple. We can never delete this one.
Catch your cell phone.
Thanks very much for the comment. I think we're kind of getting up here. God, there's actually a lot of comments. I'm going to pick up. We got Blue to 2, Dream and Vision. We got Ermin as well. Ermin's a regular around these parts. Okay, we're more or less up to date there. We get straight into a... Actually, no, I've seen as Jim there has just rocked the boat.
Let's fucking go.
Shout out to Jim. Thank you very much. And this is not the... He's buying shares in this at the moment. This is not his first time donating either. He's pretty much donated for the last few... few streams. I will explain the relevance of this briefly or later on, but look, all the channel revenue for the month of December is going to be added up in January and given to CHI Children's Health Ireland. I'll explain a bit more detail in a while, but look, let's get a topic going. Jim, thank you so much. Much appreciated. Dave, you're the guest. We're going to leave Terminator for a while, but is there anything else you want to start off the show, kick off the show and speak about?
Let's go with the other big news. Let's go with Chewie.
Chewie. This one is controversial, would we say? I don't know.
Yeah.
Take it away. Look, I'm just going to flick through the photos here, Dave. And is it Dave or David? Sorry.
David. Yeah, David.
David. Okay, so I'm going to flick through the photos, and if you want to direct me to any particular photo, you can, or tell me to go back or whatever. Like, just take it away.
Sure. Okay.
Once I share this. There we go.
I'm glad it's not me doing it today. I'm happy with that. Yeah. So I mean, there was a lot with this one, wasn't there? There were so many people in the comment. I've not seen a comment section like it in a long time. I can't remember the last time we saw a comment section quite like the Chewie. It was a hairy situation, you could probably say.
Oh, very good. Day. You'll fit in around here. I
wrote that one earlier for you.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think this looks incredible. I always have. I know there's people with differing opinions, and I think the one thing that we do tend to forget, and I know the Force Awakens Chewie was a monstrosity. I owned that at one point, and it was diabolical. I'll give people that. However, you know, we saw the prototype, and if you compare, I don't know if you've got any comparison pictures, the prototype to the final version, the only thing that's a little bit different, and I know it's something that we've spoken about before, Shane, is the eyelids are slightly less visible now. They've shrunk just a smidge, not as much as other releases. You know, I think these as Mandy would say, these photos are very vibrant. Those colours have been pumped up to 11. So for me, it looks like he's had a round of teeth whitening. The lips look a little bit too red, but I think that's a saturation issue.
He's gone to the turkey on Tatooine or something to that effect. Turkey, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And the only other thing that they've changed is the side parting, if you will, on his nose is increased in length just a smidge. But then realistically, I think we need to understand that, when they release prototype pictures, there's always going to be that drop off, and mass production for something like this, that must be a ball ache to put one of those together. I wouldn't want to do it. So I all intents and purposes, I think it looks great. I'm really happy. I've got him on pre-order. Should be here hopefully early Jan. I can't wait. I'm really excited for this one.
Who did you do you mind, like, who do you buy your figures from? Or you don't do sideshow, do you?
This one. No, I gotcha.
Heard nothing but good things about him.
So he's top guy.
Yeah.
The only other thing people have said, I saw someone say this, I don't know if you've heard this as well, is someone said when this was announced that they were disappointed that C-3PO wasn't die-cast.
He'd fall over.
My thoughts exactly. It's just ridiculous. I mean, they're probably getting their money's worth for that one, right? If it's die-cast as well, but no.
Also, there is this new thing that people are doing recently. It's brand new, cutting edge. It's called reading. And on Sideshow, apparently there's things you can read to tell you it's not die-cast. It's like they're not going to make an upgrade that big. Maybe it's someone new to the hobby and they don't know the crack and it's their first pre-order. And okay, fair enough, because the other C-3PO was die-cast. But if they didn't promise you die-cast, there's no reason for that. And I don't think he'd hold up very well. Right here, that's not happening. I tend to think as well, and you guys probably see this stuff as well, that there are a few bad actors in the community, I would like to say. Like, there was that event that Hot Toys did where Chewie was on display. I mean, he wasn't futzed to the 9th degree. He didn't look the best he probably could. However, they got the picture from like the wide angle of all the figures in the display case and then zoomed in on it. And we're like, oh my God, he looks like a Rottweiler or something. When actually the next one was a close-up of Chewie. So it's like, well, use that picture. Why are you zooming in on that one and making everyone panic, right? Yeah.
An element of that as well.
And it depends on so many different things. It's like, it's the camera or phone or type of phone or lens you have. It's the quality of the glass in the lens. It's the angle. It's the lighting. It's all your different settings, your ISO, your aperture, that it can make significant differences in how it looks. Do you want to go next on this one, Harrison? I just want to say, actually, this is my favorite picture of it. I'll come back to it. But do you want to take it away there, Harrison? Any interest in this? David is getting one, and he's happy enough with it, but recognizes it's a bit of a drop-off from prototype. Would that be a fair thing to say, David?
Yeah, I say that, but it's very minimal. I'd say a couple of percent at the very most.
Yeah. And what about yourself, Harrison? What are you thinking?
I think it looks really, really good. It's not one that I'm going to pick up because it's just not one I would like in the collection. But even with all of the inaccuracies that people might be picking up or drop off from the prototype, it's still the best one easily.
Yeah, that's true.
By far, it's the best one. As I said, the only thing I noticed or I think would have made it look better to me is just the bottom jaw. I just think the hair is too stuck to the jaw. I think if it was a bit more loose and looked more beard-like, I think that would have helped it a bit more in the face.
I think you're right there. Yeah, I think you're right. But there's no there's no chance of someone coming into your collection who's seen the original trilogy going, oh, who's that? Do you know what I mean? It is significantly better than the other ones. Like, this is one that I didn't have on pre-order because I think I was kind of, because of the amount of hair on it, I was like, I want to see how this turns out. And whatever about the New Hope one, because I'd agree, I think the Force Awakens one is the worst one. The New Hope was better than that, but I do think this is the best. These two yearbook photos here, these worry me a bit. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's this, the white teeth I don't like. It is pretty damn smiley. Now, the prototype was a bit smiley as well, but I think this is smiley-er. However, in the same way that I think I've done a good job on some of, if you watch my review on the T1000, there's three main poses, one in his clean cop outfit, one in his motorcycle outfit with the helmet, and then one when he's battle damaged with all the bullet holes and 2 of the iron appendages on his hand. So I think I've done a decent job at posing a figure that wasn't necessarily a banger of a 2.0, but I've because I love the movie so much and I love the T1000 so much, and I do think it's a better release than the 1.0. I had to pose some of the inadequacies away. So maybe if you get a chance and you want to check out the video, you'll see what I'm talking about. And I think this is the same for me. Empire Strikes Back is my favorite Star Wars movie. I do want a Chewie. I think this one here is the one that I'd pick up because I do think it's the best of the 3. And yes, it is from my favorite movie. I also do like the inclusion of the C-3PO. I don't care if it's not die-cast. I think this photo over here is what I'd be going for minus the base. This one here, because you're including the bandolier, the crossbow. I know it's not a crossbow, but the satchel, and then of course the disassembled Chewbacca. And I'd have the mouth like that, a bit more open, so he doesn't have that kind of yearbook style grin, and then futs the hair. Someone commented on my video going, all that money, and then you still have to mess around with it. But like, hair moves, so they're never going to be the exact same as each other. There's probably none that are the exact same as each other, and then there's like even fewer that look exactly like his hair when he was wearing the outfit moved for the whole scene by scene, minute to minute. So I think
I see that sentiment quite often. I've seen it a lot with this, and to buy a figure which just has a fur suit on it, let's be real, and expect to do no work when it arrives is silly. And I see that with rooted hair all the time. Like people sharing that sentiment online. It's like, well, if you don't want to put in any effort, go for sculpted. Like it's an option, right?
Even if they style them, put them in the box, that'd be like getting a fresh haircut, putting a hat on for the day, going to sleep, waking up and expecting the hair to be the exact same way. Like it doesn't make sense.
Even those tubs, right, that we're getting with INART stuff and now Hot Toy stuff. Imagine like my Gandalf and my Aragorn, I've styled their hair like 3 or 4 times. I've washed their hair. Like me and Mandy do that sort of weird stuff. So I'm willing to put in the effort for that sort of thing, because you can't expect like INART to sit there for hours, like everyone on that production line sitting there for hours making sure the hair is absolutely screen accurate, perfect. Sort of thing. The figure would be like £1,000 retail. So expectations.
Yeah. But even then, they still come styled fantastically. For the most part. You get 1 or 2 maybe here and there, a bit puffy, but for the most part, they are done really, especially INART. They really, really nail it.
Yeah, like I mean, like just again, I keep looking at my right shoulder because I've got the INART Walking Phoenix 4-pack, and I have done nothing to those 3 sculpted. I know there's 4, but one of them isn't. You know, one of them's just that mask and with the fake hair anyway. But so 3 out of the 4 are rooted hair, and I've literally done nothing to them. But I'm also not the guy that's going to go, okay, I'm going to freeze frame this at 45 minutes in when he's running or something, and one of his hairs is astray. I'm not doing that. I don't have time for that. Like it looks like I look at it and it's.
I'm just hearing no dedication, Shane. That's what I'm hearing. No dedication.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, maybe that's it. There's a limit to my OCD, David. But what you see on the screen here, if I can get it to look like that, style the hair so it looks, a bit disheveled. Take Harrison's advice about the hair underneath the chin and have him with the mouth open, so he still looks a little bit smiley, but he's not like yearbook posing to look pretty. Like I think I'm going to be very happy with this. You put that new Empire Strikes Back Han Solo standing slightly in front of him to maybe the one side at an angle in a shooting pose.
Yeah,
I know it's not canon, it never happened, but it will look beautiful in a
it will
in a shelf, like, so.
And someone mentioned in the comments, TK421 did a video on this, and the smiley thing really wasn't an issue. In his video. Right. So okay. I'm confident with this one. Yeah,
but it's interesting, like, because the way your response there was it was measured. It was like, it's a downgrade from the prototype, a slight downgrade, and then you explained about the eyelids and something that is a recurring thing, and you're right, and then. But like, I feel that sometimes, and I've said it multiple times before, the community, there'll be people who will say things there'll be certain people in the community who just go, oh, it's a 10 out of 10. and then other people will go, it's a 0 to 10. But I feel people sometimes forget the numbers 1 to 9. You know what I mean?
You get
Like,
one extreme to the other. I mean, ultimately, this is the internet. It's
yeah.
You get the two polar opposites, and not really ever anything in between.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Cool, but like haven't picked this up, but this is it's Empire Strikes Back. When's the next time I'm going to get one of these? So I do think this is the Chewie I will get, and I'll just I'll put a bit of effort into it, as you say. All right,
salt spray. I've already ordered mine. You need some salt spray. That will make him look good.
What's salt spray?
It's like a texturizing thing for hair. It's literally what I use on my figures. Yeah, that'll do you right. I'll be posting some pictures when I get mine in. I think just for the body. I think the body does look a bit too fluffy as it comes, but then I sort of expect that, right? You need to do some work to make it look a bit more screen accurate.
Good stuff. We're going to do one more topic then before I go through just the basic housekeeping stuff. So we're going to leave the Terminator for a while. So now Chewie's off the table there. Harrison, anything there floating your boat?
Yeah, Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, good stuff. Harrison picking a horror. Well, I suppose it's not really horror. Horror-esque, you know.
Probably considered horror back in the day when it was first released, right?
Probably was.
But we're all just like brain dead to horror now.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
It's funny. I watched this. My fiance's little sister had never seen. She's like 17. She'd never seen this, and we watched it with her last year, and she was like appalled by the inappropriate nature. And I was like, yeah, but he's the bad guy. He's supposed to say bad things, you know. Take it away there, Harrison.
Yeah, I think this came out even better than it was first shown, I think, especially the sculpt. I don't remember it looking as good as it does in these pictures. Especially these pictures, they've done a really good job with these ones. I think it's mad that we're getting two artisan-styled heads for a price that's way under what an artisan figure usually is. I think that's madness. But it just shows that they can do it. So, and I love everything it comes with. I think that they've nailed the body, they've nailed the accessories. The book is actually a book like INART does, that has all the pages. It's a really, really good piece. If I was more of a Beetlejuice fan or a Keaton fan, I would definitely pick this up.
And it's kind of like in sync with Hot Toys not adhering to any sort of anniversary or holiday. A few years ago, they released Pennywise at Christmas, and now Beetlejuice, more or less Christmas Day, was it, or was it the day after or something? Yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah, look, I'm not going to dwell too much on this. I'm going to echo pretty much everything you said there, but I'm a bit of a stickler. As much as I thought the second movie was fine, the first movie is where the nostalgia hits me, and where I'd really want the representation from the first one. I know they're very, very close, but to be honest though, I probably still wouldn't drop the coin even for a Beetlejuice one done to this standard. I think I'd be okay. Although, saying that, I do love the first movie. I did see the musical in New York, and I actually got Megan tickets to see the musical again in London, so I would be going to see it again. I could justify getting one, but I don't think I will be. Just too good a year of announcements to get everything. So, what do you think yourself, David?
I think this is the best artisan, non-artisan from Hot Toys that we've seen so far. This figure made me wish that I cared about the films. It really did, because I think this looks incredible. Like this is the strongest likeness I've ever seen to Michael Keaton. It trumps the Batman Return sculpt 100%. Like you can really see Keegan in this sculpt. It is just a banger from start to finish. It's probably one of the best figures I've seen from Hot Toys this year. Wow. I wouldn't pick it as my favorite of the year, but it does look fantastic. It's bang for your buck, as Mandy said in the chat. It just proves that they can do it when they want to. It's just a shame that they don't want to a lot of the time.
What's the price on this?
I think from a reseller, I think I saw it was like 345, something like that. So for two rooted sculpts, I mean, it does go to show as well, strip away the artisan naming convention, and then the price suddenly drops for some reason, which I find quite strange, considering we were also getting two sculpts with this, both of which look fantastic. So It's a bit of a confused release, but it is phenomenal.
It's $330.
Oh, really?
$330.
Who's that for?
Yeah. Pardon? That's sorry, $330, and that's true
okay.
Sideshow. But like we know, we couldn't buy it from Sideshow.
No,
it'd be $380 probably before it gets on a plane, and then whatever you have to pay those VAT and stuff like that as well. The same, you get like a customs import charge thing. Yeah. I couldn't. The way I collect, I would not be able to collect at the rate I collect, and I'm kind of picky, like compared to a lot of collectors. I could not do it if Sideshow was my only outlet. Just wouldn't be realistic.
Yeah, it wouldn't be realistic at all. It's just those custom fees, right? Collecting those is what kills it. But I'm very picky now, very, very picky. In all fairness, it looks like someone's copied and pasted your collection over to my side of the water there. So limited space. Yeah,
they're Bleedens as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
How would you find them? Like, what you
I love
think
them.
from?
I absolutely love them.
Yeah.
I think it sort of gives transparency to the entire collection, like as a unit, but then it provides focus in each little. And I love that about them. And I start doing like little diodes and things in them as well. I think they're
cool, good stuff. Yeah, it's I find it very hard to let go of that style of displaying, but I'm getting a module case for the other side of the room probably sometime in 2047. But like I won't give up what I have behind me, because I just like that one figure per shelf. But I kind of want the option for group displays. Like my troopers would just look great. They're in a module case down here, but that's because there's a tumbler. I sold the Hot Toys tumbler and I'm waiting for the Jazz Inc tumbler. In the meantime, I just put them in there. But they look fantastic. They look better as a group than they would, But all right, so far none of us are getting this figure. Would that be right? Or did Harrison tempt it?
No. It's one of those ones that is like Snape. They're just really, really good. It tempts you.
Yeah.
But no.
Okay.
Can't have it all.
I'm no. If it was maybe from the first movie, there might be some chance. But I still think then I'd be strong and be kind of going, no, look, is it on the same level for you as Alien, Terminator, Predator? And it's just not. But I do really like the first movie, just not as much as other things. So really quickly, folks, just want to go through some basics and explain the kind of charity thing we're doing. We're 5,448 subscribers, and again, massive thank you to anyone this year or last year, the year before, since it started, who's ever taken any bit of time to like any of the videos, watch any of the videos, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, become a channel member, all that kind of stuff. It is greatly appreciated. It really does. It is humbling. It helps support the channel, and just thank you very much for kind of getting us out there. Again, if you want to follow on Instagram, I do have a bit of free time now after all the driving around of Christmas, and I'm going to take out the light box this year, and I'm going to do a photo dump. So like that'll happen within the next few days. So if you want to give us a follow at 16 Figure Focus as well, I'll be promoting all of the live streams, pre-order previews, release reactions, unboxing reviews, and all of the 12 Days of Christmas playlists that I've been doing over Christmas. Shout out to the channel members: Keith Lee, Demo Doom, Collectors Universe, 16, Mike, Viking, Collectibles, Positive Fandom, Yomo, Shiny, The Ben Thomas Show, Dogito, Her Geeky Side, Figurecraft, 16 Shooter Figures and Fandom, Howard Potts, Ancient Silverfox, Brian Wong, Jim Collector, Lance Nuts, Nerd Corner, Mike L, and Ryan Smith, and of course to Shiny. Shiny gets the nod. He knows why. And then shout out to the commanders. I don't actually have the link to the channel member in the chat. I will add it in if I get a chance, or maybe if Jim's still watching, he might actually cut and paste the link and put it in there if he has a chance. And then the commanders get their name displayed at the end of all the content, like so. Folks, I'm going to try to explain this short and sweet. We do this every single December. All of the channel revenue, whether it's the small bit of ad revenue that I get or any super chats, super thanks, revenue from channel membership, it all gets added up. When YouTube pays out in January, it gets donated to CHI Children's Health Ireland. They are a charity organisation who raises money to pay for life changing or life saving, a lot of the time, unfortunately, operations for sick children in Temple Street or Crumlin, basically children's hospitals in Dublin. So last year we hit €350. This year our Nakatomi Plaza target is 400. We're currently at 342.01. We have a few super chats now, which I have seen, and I will go through and I will call out. But thank you very much. I do think it's looking very likely that between now and the stream on New Year's Eve, we're going to hit that target. So that's awesome. So thank you very much to all the generous contributions, folks. Really, really important. And I'm just going to address those super chats now. So I have them starred here. So we've got I've got a few actually, which is great to see. It's just really, really just thank you. So any excuse to play that sound. We got Jim's better half. Vita, one more time for the kids, folks. I appreciate not only Vita but Jim as well, constantly promoting that. They nearly do this. They've done this, I think, every stream for the last month. It's been extremely generous for the two of them. And another one person who has been extremely generous is shiny money for sick kids and funding future 1/6 collectors. Please do not start that rumor, but you know what? I have anticipated this, so I will be showing the receipts, as the kids say. Well, actually, no, I mean the literal receipt of the email when I donate the cash to Children's Health Ireland. Don't worry, I will be showing that. Stop spreading rumours, Shiny, but I really appreciate the order 666 sterling pounds donation. Thank you. And 1/6 Mike with a 99 pounds super chat. Thank you very much. I think I don't want to jinx it, but I think we're going to hit that target, and that'll be awesome because yeah, look, every little helps. I'm not sure if it's the right link. I suppose if someone wants to click on it and if it brings you to the channel membership explanation, then that's right. If it brings you to Jim's OnlyFans, then perhaps it might be wrong. Well, sorry, Jim, I had to. It was just there. I appreciate it, Jim. I'd imagine you've got it right. Okay, so will we really quickly get on to a next pardon me, our next topic. So yeah, look, there are my thoughts on this. You probably heard them now, so probably no need to watch this video. So the 12 Days of Christmas has been up and running. We're going to drop a video at 3 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time every single day for the 12 days. This was the first one. This is according to results and feedback I got from the community. This is not my personal choices, folks. If your figure isn't there, it's because no one actually mentioned it when in the numerous different polls and questionnaires I sent out. So there is no Samurai Predator there. There is no Wednesday, unfortunately, because no one told me in the nomination stage that there. So I know they're great figures, but like, unfortunately, not all there. This is just my own list of exciting, hyped figures, announcements for 2025. They are fantastic, well, in my opinion. Number 3 then, ranking everything I brought in 2025. It wasn't too bad. I was actually relatively disciplined. I think I worked out a figure month, which, okay, when you sound like that, it's not that disciplined. But just a few 2.0s versus 2.0s. This was hard because I love the T1000, but I couldn't really give it the proper 2.0 treatment, or they didn't give it the proper 2.0 treatment. And then some of my wishes, I think we were messaging briefly about this, Harrison, or you had tagged me in it, and you said some of these ones that you'd like yourselves. Yeah, there's a lot of spoilers here with the ghosts, but out of the 4 you can see, how many would you like in your collection, Harrison?
At least 2. I wouldn't mind a Neo and a Ripley. I mean, I've got a third party Ripley, but I could do. I wouldn't mind, especially from Alien.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that one. So
it wouldn't be a deal breaker if it was Alien or Aliens, but you prefer Alien.
Yeah, purely because the third party one I have is from Alien. So
I got you. Yeah.
I'd rather have that one so I could have both.
I'm with you. What about yourself, David? Any interest in T2 Saber Connor?
Out of those, it would have to be Michonne, because I'm going balls to the wall with The Walking Dead.
Good stuff. You've ordered the 3 of them as well, yeah?
Oh yes.
Yeah,
no hesitation.
Same as well. Like, and I watched the 2 seasons, or the 11 seasons twice, and I said I'm just going to rewatch a few episodes, and now it's just for Christmas. I'm on season 4 already. It's just like those early seasons are very good, all right. But
anything zombie related, but I feel like the Walking Dead is like the holy grail for me. I just love it. Good
stuff. Yeah, it's so well. Some of the great episodes were great. Like like Frank Darabont, Nudi's doing. Like we're kind of getting to that episode where they're on the way to Terminus. Maggie and Glenn have refound each other, and they've met Abraham and Rosita, and they've arrived at Terminus. Daryl's kind of been separated from Michonne, Rick, and Coral, but Daryl has joined these other guys, but they're looking for Rick because Rick he murdered one of their friends in a house. And like, I remember it gets really dark because he's wearing the murder jacket, and that's where I think the name originates from or something. But yeah, it's I'm looking forward to it. But this video releases tomorrow then. Okay, so back here again. David, what do you want to talk about? What do you want to do?
Let's go for the snap, just because I don't know what that really is.
Good stuff. All
Exciting.
right, so really simple. I'm going to show you 2 images. And in the 2 images, you've got to click your fingers and turn one to dust. These are all figures. It means you cannot own one of them. Never will. Okay. You have to decide which one is more important to you. And I've done it as current as I could. Okay. So
I have to snap one out of existence.
You have to snap one. The Hot Toys endoskeleton on the right from Terminator 2, or the INART one, bearing in mind that the pack is now a 2-pack, so it's the product you're snapping out of existence.
So that endo is a Hot Toys version, right?
That's the Hot Toys Terminator 2 one, yeah.
It's gone. It's gone.
It's gone, right, yeah. Okay.
He did full... I didn't hesitate.
Didn't even hesitate, yeah.
No, that full die-cast endo that's planned by INART, that's the one to be getting.
That's the one, right. And like, I see, Terminator for me is more important than Star Wars. I say that and people lose their minds. But the first 2 Terminator movies, I would hold on to them over the original trilogy. And people say that's sacrilegious, but it's just an opinion. So I'm kind of going all in with the Terminator stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So I will be getting both. But if I had to choose, bearing in mind the updates that they made today, that it's a 2-pack and it's from the original movie, and I could, like you said, you could always get the endoskeleton from INART. As much as I love the blasters and stuff like that on the Terminator 2, I think I'd have to snap the product on the right. I hate myself for saying out loud, but yeah. Harrison, what do you think?
I think I'd have to keep the endoskeleton. I think it's just too cool to snap that.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you asked me this next week, I could give you the complete opposite answer. But here we are this week. We'll move on to the next one.
Ooh.
The 2 iconic looks, one from T1, one from T2. I feel this is a major advantage, though, now that INART have said that the one on the left is a 2-pack, though. Do you know? I made this before I got those revelations in. What do you think, David?
Pause for thought. I mean, I've got this one on the way, the Hot Toys. I've got that on the way. It's literally...
Same, yeah.
I'm going to have to snap the Hot Toys. I'm going to have to.
Okay, so he's sticking with the INART, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
Harrison?
I'm getting neither of these. So for me, it's a little bit easier, I guess. But I think the Hot Toys one is really, really good. And I think that look, I prefer just a little bit more. So I'd snap the INART one and keep the T2.
I'm going to do a sneaky one. Because I have the battle damaged one en route. Well, I'm actually getting the battle damaged one from Terminator 2 and this one on the right, but the just haven't shipped yet. But the battle damaged one en route, I think I'd have to snap the one on the right here, keep the battle damaged one, and then keep the INART version on the left here. Now, Harrison, this is going to be such an easy decision for you, so you may as well go first.
That's easy. Get rid of Terminator. Easy.
Yeah. David, does that change anything, or?
No, I agree with Harrison. It is very easy. Get rid of Alien.
You'd get rid of.
Oh no, yeah. I've never been a fan of the Alien stuff.
Right. Like as in Alien or Aliens.
Just to kick him off, please.
Yeah. I'm banned. I'm banned.
Get this man a wrench.
Yeah, I think for me, the only time I've actually watched the Alien films is when like my dad happened to be watching it in the living room when I was a kid. That's literally the first time I've seen them. It's just that sort of film just doesn't appeal to me, honestly.
Wow.
Nothing against Alien specifically.
Can your dad come on and chat with us instead?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, it's fun. It's mad. It's like it's we talk about this a lot, and especially on the group chat, like just for organizing, the one we have for organizing, like who's available and sharing the links and stuff like that. And it's like some people can be extremely passionate about something, and other people are just like, I just don't get it. And like there's for everyone, there's the thing they're passionate about that their friend doesn't get, and vice versa. Like, but so Harrison didn't even skip a beat there. It was just like Terminator's gone, keeping the big chap. And then you're after doing the opposite. Oh, for me, it's very difficult because I think if I had to pick up the
deciding vote, by the way, just FYI.
Pardon?
It's a deciding vote as well. So
yes, pressure. You see, for me, I think
obviously.
It's hard to say which one of those movies is a better movie. I think they're both in my book, they're both 5-star masterpieces. They're incredible, and what they laid the foundation for and stuff like that. I think I would have to go and snap the big chap and keep the Terminator because it means more to me. And then the fact that it's a 2-pack as well does help. And then hope that Hot Toys do like an alien warrior for aliens and a Ripley and a power loader. And let's face it, if they do a Ripley and a power loader, you're not going to be disappointed, Harrison, you know? So, yeah.
I feel betrayed.
No, I'm sorry. All right, so will we take a look at what else do we have? We'll go back to the grid then and see what's next on the agenda. Harrison, do you want to pick something there?
Yeah, we could do what's new this week.
Cool. Yeah, go for it. Pick up ending.
Yeah, I did. After our talks last week about Absolute Batman, I went out and looked in a comic book store and found Absolute Batman.
Oh, good stuff.
I was looking to get all the comics, but I found this one which has like the first 6 in one big bundle, and then also the other one I was recommended.
What's the title on that? Sorry.
Court of Owls.
Ah, yeah, I've heard about that. I think I heard Jim recommend it as well.
Yeah.
Quite a few people recommend it actually. Yeah.
So yeah, pick those 2 up to add to the list of things I need to read now.
Good stuff. But they're actual comic books, aren't they? They're not the graphic novels, are they?
These ones are graphic novels, like that one is.
Ah, I see. Yeah, because I don't own any comics. I just I own the graphic novels when they put a bunch of the issues together and print them out. But
that's
like,
how I
yeah,
prefer to do it.
Yeah, and I understand. There's probably purists out there that are just like, no, they've always collected the comic books. I get that. What about yourself, David? Did Santa come to you?
Well, nothing related to any of our stuff. I mean, the last things that I picked up, I can actually grab very quickly. I stumbled down another rabbit hole. So these are the last 2 things. I would say the new Terminator and the Armored Batman, which have been stuck in that weird shipping limbo because they just went out after Christmas, I think.
Yeah.
I've unfortunately stumbled into the world of 112 as well. So I'm now...
Which company is that?
That's
INART.
Batman from Gong Studios, and this is Barget. Is it Barget?
Yeah,
I can never
it's Barget.
Yeah, I need to find the Wukong as well, but it's quite pricey at the moment, so I'll forego that for a little while.
Was the Barget, was that like, was that the INART one?
Yeah, that is, yeah.
And is that 1/6 or 1/12?
That's 112.
1/12, gotcha. So the 2 of them are 1/12. Ah, gotcha. And who did you say makes the Batman?
Gong Studios. You can get it through 1/6 kit.
Ah, right. You gotta love that blue and grey.
Yeah,
when it's done right.
Yeah. I've sort of stumbled down that rabbit hole because I said to myself I would only get the Dark Knight and anything related to Batman for 112 from INART. And then I was like, I'll just stick to INART, that's fine. And then obviously I got the Barget, and then I saw the Gong Studios Hush, and I was like, I need to get that as well. So I'm full in on the 112 stuff as well. So just another.
Did you picked up the 112 INART Dark Knight?
Yes, I've got that on the shelf as well. I had that for quite some time. I also picked up the new one. I've PO'd that as well from Arkham Origins. Even though I'm not sure that's actually 112, but they say it is. So.
And are you a Dark Knight fan or? Like trilogy
massively.
Or
stuff massively.
Like yes, that's the correct answer.
We have
myself and Jim. Jim's lucky he's still allowed on the show, to be honest. Jim, like, kind of, we're having a discussion live, and he was going, "Yeah, I rewatched The Dark Knight recently, and just don't know. Like, and I was like, well, we welcome all opinions, Jim. But that was a hard one to swallow.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion, even if you're wrong. Okay.
Yeah. But look, again, like, but you need it. You need differing opinions here. Like, but I didn't say hated or anything. You just said like, So Santa, which is basically me, and I'm subsidized by my fiance. But the Armored Batman at 2.0. I think the video just did it was yesterday. I think it was about 2.0s and 2.0s. It just went through a bunch of 2.0 figures. I got the 2.0 treatment that have been released in the last year. I think it was one from last year or something like that. One from 2024. But I just went through if I thought they were worthy 2.0s or 2.0s. For example, the Catwoman from The Dark Knight Rises, be a 2.0. But this one here, I think they've done more than enough to qualify it as a worthy 2.0 and significant upgrades, USB and the die cast, the swap out non-battle damage and battle damage components, even though the battle damage components are not die cast, which makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, I found that disappointing. But yeah.
Say again?
I found that disappointing, but sort of makes sense.
Yeah. But I think they've done enough here to be a proper. But again, I haven't unboxed it. I'm just going by the 5 or 6 different reviews I've seen. But like, I'm not expecting any surprises unless there's something busted. But yeah, I also was gifted graphic novel I was looking for. We do wish lists, so handy with, I don't know if anyone does this like with their other halves, small little things worth maybe 20 or 30 euro or something, and all these things here, send them the links and they pick 2 or 3, and just so handy because you're going to get something you like, but it's still a bit of a surprise. So I got like the comic book. It's called Days of Future Past. It was the one which they based Days of Future Past off. I think they have issues 138 to 143 in the one graphic novel, and Days of Future Past was based on 141 and 142. So I'm in the process of reading that, and that's it. It's quite good, but I haven't got to those particular issues within the graphic novel yet. And Weapon X, which I've heard nothing but good things about, so I'm really looking forward to reading that as well. So yeah, definitely feel very grateful. Let's go back, and I might actually pick one. I'm going to get this Rotten Tomatoes out of the way. As you noticed, Harrison, head-to-head is not there. We usually do like a kind of a questioning thing, David, where we basically split our panel and make them go head-to-head. And there's everyone gets 3 questions. The first one is, in what year was this movie released? And the second one is, in who directed this movie? And the third one is, who played role of X in movie Y? But because it's a smaller group today, and I just invited you on, I didn't want to throw you under the bus. We're doing something a bit different today. It's a bit of fun. It's just a bit of fun. Yeah. So I'm going to give you, I'm going to just name a movie, right? And I have a tab opened next to me here. And basically I have the Rotten Tomatoes score for that movie. So the idea is you obviously, can't use the internet yourself, but I'm going to give you a movie title, and you have to have a little think about it and tell me what you think the Rotten Tomatoes score is. And the person who's closest to it gets a point. Now, the only thing is you're going to be hearing each other as if you're like trying to work it out or whatever like that. Like the other person can hear you, obviously. But that's the plan. So if you want to just switch over to private chat there, so that the chat doesn't spoil it. And then I'm going to give you the name of the first movie that you have to guess the Rotten Tomatoes score just for fun. Okay, we'll get the movie going. Or sorry, get the music going, not movie.
Sorry, do we put our votes in the private chat or no?
No, you can actually just tell them to me, and you can agree with the person as well if you want. But if you're going for the point, no one will get the point. So maybe it's with a group, it's probably harder because the group actually have to bounce the ideas off each other. Like if we usually say like, what age is this actress? And then you could hear the group bouncing ideas off each other, but both groups can hear each other talk. So it makes it kind of harder as well. But right, so starting off, really, really easy one. So seeing as it's on trend, or it's trending at the moment, or it's important at the moment, what it is for this stream anyway. So I want you to both have a guess at what the Rotten Tomatoes score for the Terminator is. I'm going to get the music going. Just give you a few seconds there to have a think about this, just for fun, lads.
The first one.
Yeah, the first one.
I have a feeling that's going to be lower than what we think.
Okay, I'm going to give you another few seconds there. There we got our Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music. So if you're just joining us, folks, we're not doing head-to-head today. We're just going to play a new game called Rotten Tomatoes. I've just asked the panelists, Harrison and David, to have a guess at the Rotten Tomato score of the movie The Terminator from 1984. Whoever is closest gets a point. We'll do this for 3 movies and then we'll move on. Harrison, do you have a final guess?
Yeah, it's 62%.
62%. He's going low. Not a bad strategy. Bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it'll pay out for him. David, what do you think?
I'm going to say 85%.
Final answers?
Yeah, knocking that in.
A lot of older movies have very, very bad Rotten Tomato scores. But in this case, David, you are closest because it's actually 90%.
Wow.
90%. Yeah, actually 90%. All right, so we got David is winning 1-0 here, and we're just going to go to the second movie here. Get this score up here. So, same question, but this one's based on the 1979 movie. Harrison, you might have heard of it. It's called Alien. What's the Rotten Tomato score for Alien? This is your best guess. Closest to it gets the point.
Harrison should know this one.
Yeah.
You would think.
No pressure.
I don't check Rotten Tomatoes like ever, so
Yeah. That's a sign who's comfortable in your own, knowing what you like, and you don't need to.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've never actually visited the site, so I'm useless at this.
I want to give it really, really high score because it's amazing.
Gonna have to push you for an answer, folks.
92.
79.
We've just leveled up. You were very close, Harrison. 93%.
Ooh.
Very, very close. That's impressive. Wow. Okay, so it's one apiece. One apiece. So this one will determine the winner. So the last question. Now, in fairness, I had to give David something that was a bit more in his wheelhouse there. He did mention he likes zombies, so we're gonna go 28 Days Later, the 2002 movie, the original one with Cillian Murphy. 28 Days Later. What is its Rotten Tomato score? Closest one gets the final point and wins.
Such a niche film, isn't it? It's like people are going to love it or hate it, I think.
Very much so. I don't know if it's going to be higher than 70.
Or I was just thinking that. I'm also thinking they're trick questions, but I don't know how evil Shane is.
Yeah, pretty evil.
I'm gonna say 88.
So who said 88? Was that?
That was me,
on
yeah.
there. So David is going with 88. Harrison?
I will go with 69.
Oh, okay.
David takes it with 87. 87.
Oh, it's 87?
Yeah,
That's a
stuff.
lot higher than I
Well,
thought.
yeah.
Yeah, in all fairness, I rated it what I would probably rate it at.
All three of those movies, I think the scores are more like what I would rate them at, but I wasn't expecting to be that high because usually older movies do have just a lot lower
28 days, that surprised me.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're moving on. Okay, look, I'm going to do this one for a real quick one there. The best movie you saw in 2025. So you could see it in the cinema. You don't have to see it in the cinema. You could see it at home. You could, I don't know, pick up a hard copy of it or whatever like that. It doesn't matter once it was released in 2025. I'm going to start us off. I don't think it was a great movie a great year for movies overall, personally. But and I haven't seen all the movies that released in 2025. I've heard Marty Supreme is great and all that, but I was really impressed by Weapons. I give it a solid 4 stars out of 5. Probably not much more than that, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was scary in parts and intense, and I just thought it was a bloody good watch and a bit different. So yeah, that's probably the best movie I saw in 2025, but it's not exactly the highest praise either, because I saw a lot of bad movies in 2025. What about you guys?
You're right. This year's not been the best year for movies. I was really trying to think earlier of all the movies that have come out. There's nothing that jumped out straight away. But one that I did watch recently, which I sort of mentioned the other day, was Bring Her Back. That one had me from start to finish. The whole way through, I was really, really interested in that film, and it was a really good movie.
Is that a horror movie? Thriller or something, no?
Yeah, horror, thriller. It's not like, I wouldn't say super duper scary, but it's very weird. But it's yeah, it's one that there's other ones that I really liked as well. I did like Thunderbolts. What was the one I watched the other day? The Last Walk, The Long Walk. Somebody put it in. The Long Walk was really good as well. It's another one.
Let's check it out. That movie you're mentioning, just seen as I'm on Rotten Tomatoes, 89% Bring Her Back on Rotten Tomatoes. And I wonder what Weapons is rated. I'd only give Weapons about an 80, to be honest, but Weapons at 93. I think that's a bit generous considering the ending, but okay. But yeah.
If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. Bring Her Back.
The Long Walk or Bring Her Back?
Both. You should watch both. Yeah,
okay.
They're really good.
Okay, and Gio agreeing with you, and he is literally the movie canon. Ryan, how are you doing, my friend? I watched Sinners the other day. I stayed up late, had a few beers, and it was just a great bloody watch. And I had to, because I wanted to, I know music. I was told music is a big part of it. So I had Apple TV and I had like my headphones, like just whatever, Bluetooth to it, and I felt I got more out of it because everything else was blocked out. So all the the sound effects, the dialogue, but the music, and that was the trump card for me. The music in that was fantastic. Like I still wouldn't give it any more than like say 3.5, 4 stars. I wouldn't give it the 5-star treatment personally, but I had my attention from start to finish, and I just loved the music in it. So yeah, Sinners was pretty good. Yeah. So what about yourself, David?
I mean, I must confess, I'm not a massive movie buff. I don't watch that many. I think if I had to pick anything that was released in 2025, I think the only two that I've actually made a concerted effort to see was Thunderbolts and 28 Years Later. So I'm going to have to go over the obvious and say 28 Years. Which Shane is one you need to see.
I will watch that. That is on my list to watch before I go back to school. So thank you very much, gentlemen. Mandy, I watched F1 at the weekend. I was down in my parents' house. Myself and my fiance and my mother and father I drove down, and they were saying any movies, and I was thinking, all right, what movies can we watch that, like, it's my mom, it's my dad, it's my fiance, we want something fairly, F1 was perfect.
Yeah.
The next night, I decided it was a good idea to watch one battle after another with my parents. So if you've seen it, the first 20 minutes, pretty bloody intense. But anyway, I did not like that movie, but yeah, anyway. Not a good idea. F1 was perfect for the parents. Yeah, very, very good. I thought it was a lot of fun. And I know nothing about F1, but I think that helped, because I might have been just like, that wouldn't be happening in real life, whatever. But yeah, same director as Maverick. We got Order 66 people watching. Thank you very much for being here and joining us here. They're decent numbers. Appreciate it. David, where do you want to go from here?
Let's try and remember what we've done already. To go Spider-Man.
Go Spider-Man. This is the sculpted one now, because I know that you weren't a fan of the rooted one or the artisan, whatever they're calling it.
Yeah.
This is the sculpted one. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna just we didn't address it in the last one of these, so yeah, I'm just gonna flick through some of these shots. So again, direct me wherever you want, like to go back or forward, whatever.
I think just flick through is fine. Again, I think Hot Toys are very much the master of sculpted hair, where in Artful, with the sculpted, Hot Toys pick up that slack massively in a big way. And I think this is 10 times better than the Artisan. Hot Toys Spider-Man Artisan, it looked like a wig to me, realistically. I find it quite strange as well that these were released separately. Especially the Artisan being first. If anything, if something wasn't ready, surely it would be the Artisan, not the sculpted. So I found that a very questionable move. However, they released it quite soon after, didn't they? So it obviously wasn't to not butcher the sales of the Artisan, which I'm pretty sure was sold out anyway, right? I just found that quite odd. But this looks amazing. I've sort of dropped out of Marvel. I have nothing Marvel now. But I think this looks absolutely incredible.
Yeah. And you know what, the price difference, and I'm just going to go, when I say the price difference or the price, I just go sideshow prices because it just makes sense, because most of according to the analytics on the channel, most people who watch it from America, so it just makes it handier. $120 is the difference between the Artisan and the sculpted here, which is pretty incredible. What about yourself, Harrison? Any thoughts on this?
It looks better, and they definitely held it back because of the Artisan, because they're doing such a good job with the sculpted hair now that I think it's looking better than most of the Artisans. I went sculpted with Loki. I think that hair looked really good, and I think I've noticed as well, even with the Loki, all the sculpted hair pictures were right at the end, the last couple, and then with this one they just didn't even put it up at the same time. So I definitely think they've realized that they're doing too good at this sculpted hair now, that people are just going, actually, I'll just save the money and get the sculpted. It's not worth it.
Yeah,
but it looks really good, really good.
I don't have this one on pre-order. I kind of have the Final Swing, No Way Home, red and blue. I'm a big No Way Home fan. I really like that. I think it's the best Tom Holland one out there, apart from maybe this one. Like, when it comes to the Artisan, like, I pretty critical of it. I think the only one that I actually liked was the Black Widow one, and I was full sure I'm gonna have to cancel that. It was the only one I have in hand as well, but like, it's like, I don't get that whole, I think that you have to have it in hand. I think that's bullshit. I just think that's a bullshit. I know there is no better way of seeing if a figure is good or not than having it right there in front of you, but I think there's enough information from the numerous different reels, unboxing, reviews, all that kind of stuff, especially video. Like, if you watch like 10 videos and something looks incredible, there's a high chance when you get it in hand, barring some QC issues, it's going to look incredible. If you watch 10 videos and it looks terrible, there's probably a very low chance of you getting it in and it looking outstanding. I think the differences can be minimal. So I'd be critical of the Artisan line. I have said from the start, INART do better rooted hair, and it's not even close. But I gotta say, guys, where I would disagree with the two is that I expected the Artisan hair to be complete rubbish on this because it's so short. But I actually thought it was quite good. I do understand your criticism, though. I get what you're saying. It can look a little bit wiggy in some shots. And one thing, I was watching David's stream, and he brought attention to, it's the hairline. I know I have the sculpted hairline. The hairline is not as, they have the little baby hairs in the promotional shot, and then it gradually comes in. It's not perfect, but it's just a bit straight on the arts, and I totally get that. But I think maybe I was so used to going, oh, that they're not going to be able to do this with longer hair, so they're definitely not going to be able to do this with shorter hair. And then when I saw it, I'm going, that's actually not bad. Because maybe it's because they didn't make a complete mess out of it. It took me by surprise, but I don't think it's a complete disaster. That's what I'm saying. But
I think
it's definitely
though,
one of
like,
the better ones. It's definitely one of the better ones.
It is, but you're waiting for those blogger pictures, right? And you go, oh, it's not shit. That shouldn't be your first reaction.
You're 100% right. I've no comeback that, because you are right. It's like when you see Thorin, like Thorin's probably a good example, because I don't have that on pre-order, and I also don't have the Artisan Iron Spider. And sometimes I'm a bit nonchalant when I don't have any skin in the game. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if it's a Terminator figure, you're there with your little microscope. You know, you want to see every little detail. But with the Thorin came out, and I was like, that just looks incredible. The promotional images for the Rick Grimes Walking Dead, the hair looked incredible. The hair on the Daryl, hopefully they'll translate to product. But yeah, you're right though. Hot Toys have the art on sculpted hair, or the edge in sculpted hair, and realistically, I think I'd saved $120, and if I was getting this, I'd go for the Iron Spider. It's definitely a worthy 2.0. All the stuff that they did, like the base, the gauntlet, Mjolnir, the light up suit and mask by USB in through the foot. The proportions on the suit look better. The suit texture looks better. That neck connector, the Tom Holland head sculpt, it's pretty damn cool. And it's just one of those ones, that looks cool, and I like it a lot, but there's things I love that I have to draw the line on as well. So it's probably not going to get a look in realistically. Any other thoughts on?
No, just the same as the last one. Is that the light up features really impressed me. The fact that you've got light up in this and it's powered by a USB. I think we are going in the right direction in that.
I think so. Yeah.
I think my only note on that is that I think they've put the plug-in in the wrong place for a character like Spider-Man, which is quite a dynamic character. If you want to have him swinging and you want those legs maybe out in the front, it has to plug in like the base of the right foot, right at the heel of the right foot. I feel like the back would have been much better. Maybe just like one of that. I know they've removed the plugs for the arms now, but maybe just one tiny little plug just in the back. So if you're using that flight pole, you can still hide it. But it's gonna be a bit of a
I wonder was their logic that if he's standing and if it's in the foot, it's a shorter wire. But you're onto something there. That he moves so much that I wonder would have been an option that when they eventually get USB power, assuming that they're not going to do the wireless charging thing, which would be ideal, that they do like a foot point and a back point as well, and you could have the piece to cover them
one
up.
of each. It wouldn't be that difficult, surely.
Yeah. So because I mean, if it's going in through his ankle, the current has to run up as far as his chest there. You can see it there, and on his shoulders and his chest. So shouldn't be that hard. But
I feel like the back as well. I mean, the leads. I don't think there's any light up in the legs. Is there? Maybe a tiny bit. No, there's not. It stops at the waist. So to have a wire running down,
kind of looks like one there. See I don't know what that is. It might be wrong on that.
Like
it looks like there's
wire going all the way down to his ankle, which is that's 3 points of articulation on the figure. How's that wire going to fare? Is that connection one day just going to break if you pose it too much?
Yeah, I suppose enough wear and tear and use, it's going to definitely exercise caution there with that one. But I suppose that's the kind of been an argument as old as time for the Spider-Man posers, that they're like, they don't want to ruin the suit. They want something that poses and feels like. But
I mean, ultimately, right, 90% of Spider-Man figure collectors, they don't pose them, right? It's just like stoic poses if we don't want to damage those suits, right? So I think we'll be fine.
Yeah. Unless you're buying one to rock and one to stock, which two things are too expensive. But I think we've done a good lap. We're going to leave Terminator to last. And look, we've done we've done the movie, we've done a lot. So because smaller panel, you get through things.
I hit your target, by the way. There's been a lot of super chats since.
I think we absolutely did. I'm just gonna, before we do talk about Terminator, I'm gonna go to 2025 just and ask you what your highlight was, and then I'm gonna go through these super chats because I see a lot of really, really generous super chats. And I do think we've hit the target, so it's just great to see.
Every other comment is the super chat is great.
Super, they're lighting them up. Brilliant, good stuff. I'm definitely going to show the receipts after Shiny trying to start a very ill rumor that I'm stealing from sick kids. So 2025, any collecting related highlights for you? It could be an announcement, could be a line, it could be anything at all. I think I know your one, Harrison, but I don't want to say, I don't want to put words in your mouth. What do you think?
What do you think is my one?
I think yours is Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would it be Higgs or Sam Porter or just Death Stranding in general?
Death Stranding in general. The fact that Hot Toys has gone and got that license and making those figures is incredible for me. Video games in general this year has been amazing. I've got Wukong, Zubai J's coming this year. Sam Higgs. You got Devil May Cry. There's just one after another. There's more video game figures now than ever before, I think. So, but the fact that Death Stranding, it is a popular game for certain people, but it's also not. So it's also a very niche in a niche. So the fact that they went with that one to do it is great for me and any fan of Death Stranding, but it's just so not expected. So yeah, that is my biggest thing this year. Just to see that.
As a non-gamer, I can see how exciting that is. Like, this is probably like I suppose I know it's not the exact same because they had done Terminator stuff, but I was waiting for that endoskeleton for the longest time, or even like INART getting the Terminator license. Like, that's incredible. Like, it's that level of excitement. Like, so I'm glad they've started doing that for the gamers, but also that's Sam Porter, man. Like, I anyone who's following the channel long enough will hear me say things like, I collect the things I like to get the things I love. I don't collect things just because they look cool. It has to be like they look cool and it's also from a movie that I love or whatever. But man, that Sam Porter, that kind of played with my emotions a bit. Like, I know nothing about the game, but just the quality of a thing for the exosuits, science fiction type of look, whether that's Edge of Tomorrow or the Power Loader or the big APC things in the Terminator, or not the Terminator, the Matrix. The Mifune got into one, and that was cool. Just cool design, man. But yeah, that is pretty cool. What about yourself, David?
I'm just thinking that I'm hoping they don't remove any eyelids from that Norman Reedus sculpt, because that's like his whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So a highlight from 2025. Is this just announcements or things we've got in hand? Anything, right?
It can be anything. It could be like a new line. It could be a particular figure. It could be just an announcement you didn't see coming, or just them completing a line, or them announcing an IP, anything at all that you're like, this is hyped.
Yeah, I think for me, I want to say the Walking Dead line, but I think for me, my highlight of this year would probably be the J&D Joker. For me, mostly because, not that I think it's going to become a mainstream thing, because the way they're manufactured just lends to the high price point. But it does excite me. It's almost like the next level of 1/6, and I think that's what we're seeing. I know it's cost prohibitive at the moment. I don't think it's going to be a mainstream thing for quite some time, if ever. But since I've started collecting, I think I started like late 2023. I got into the Hot Toy stuff, and then that was a level of quality I expected. Then INART hit the scene. I was like, wow, this is incredible. Obviously, I've now got the J&D Joker 2-pack. I'm like, this is just art at this point. They really are fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to the Harvey Dent, the Two-Face as well, which I'm going to pick up when that releases.
And you no interest in the armory?
No, that's their first misstep in 1/6.
Strange moves, very strange moves.
Wayne,
yeah,
I don't think looks that great. I'm not sold on that sculpt. And the Batman is a statue, which is just naff.
It defeats the purpose, really, in a way.
Yeah, I can't remember who mentioned it, but I think it might have been Dean the Dream, actually, who was saying, because it's a statue and it's all one sculpt, there's no depth to the suit at all. And it looks
right,
enough. And I think they want 1,800 for it. So I think that's more than the Joker 2-pack. So it just
doesn't make sense. And they're very J&D. They're very much like, Yeah, we're the best. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
And people will leave it a lot of the time. Like,
Yeah.
And then with the Jokers, then like I remember when they first got put up for pre-order, I really wasn't gone on the smiling sculpt, and then
It's
the other
still
one I
not
thought was
100%.
okay. But what's it like in hand? Like then.
In hand, I mean, the resemblance is definitely there. I will say the
Yeah.
likeness is very much stronger on the more stoic sculpt.
Yeah.
A lot of people have said that's not really an expression he has in the film, which I will agree with. I think if they wanted to do like the scene that it's from, the interrogation scene, they probably should have done the laughing. You know, when he's laughing at Batman.
Before he says like you complete me, when he's like fully,
You think I want to kill you? Yeah, that
Yeah.
They should have done that potentially. But the likeness is there. I mean, it just looks incredible. Obviously, I took it up when I went to visit Mandy. I took it up and she took some pictures of it, and it is just incredible. It's just the silicone, and I think the way that absorbs light, it just gives it that next level of realism. And I think what you can achieve with rooting into silicone, they've really captured like the thinning hair look that he had in that film.
Which
it's just
one of my biggest gripe, whatever you want to call it, or critiques, we'll say, with the artisan line, and it really shows in their rooted Joker. There's a lot of hair there, and his hair, it was long, but it was definitely thinner hair, and it had a bit more receding, whereas they've really welded a lot of it in there. Good stuff. My own personal highlight is it's kind of really hasn't played out that much, but it didn't. It was actually the announcement the 007 license. I thought that was huge for Hot Toys, and I was like, that's incredible that I have that license now. And I know a lot of people want a Brosnan or a Moore or a Connery, and I've seen all the movies, but I prefer the more rooted in reality Bonds, and I actually prefer the Daniel Craig Bonds, and I've seen them all. I've grown up with them all. I probably should prefer the Connerys, whatever. But the fact that they went away and did a Daniel Craig was great, and then they followed up with the Commando version, which is not obviously a primary version. You don't think of that version when you think of James Bond, but like I would have preferred if they'd done a Skyfall suit version. That would have just done it for me, because that's when I think of Craig Bond, I think the Skyfall suit, not a tux. So I went with the Commando Bond. Haven't got the tuxedo. I'm going to wait to see it turns out. Wasn't too impressed by the tailoring and the stitching and stuff like that. But it was a really exciting announcement, and I just hope that we haven't seen the last of them. I do hope for the people that want to get Connery, that they do a Connery, they do a Dalton, they do a Brosnan, they do a Moore. Just, we don't need a Niven or a Lazenby. But and if they could just give us a Daniel Craig Skyfall suit. I mean, they love reusing things. Just do it. You know, guy in a suit. Don't mess it up. But yeah, that was a pretty big one. But I'm going to address the super chats, and then we're going to talk about the Terminator, because that's going to be exciting. Very, very exciting. Probably it's great to have just late in the year some exciting stuff. So I'm just going to pick up where I left off. So we got some extremely generous super chats, all for a very, very good cause. So all right, we have got, first of all, the Moose Stream put in there, member for 32 months, Happy New Year. On Saturday, unboxed the Super Mad Bionic Bigfoot. I have no idea what that is. Maybe let us know, Michael. And Steve Austin said from KG Hobby, has issues, but I'm glad I own it, third party for sure. And an extremely, this David's in here and his debut Making It Rain. Thank you very much. 6 scale shills. You might have heard of them. They're kind of a big deal, or well, at least they will be. On behalf of the shills, much appreciated. Thank you very much. You didn't have to do that, but look, great cause. I don't ask for super chats 11 months of the year, but I'm going to shamelessly beg in December, because it's worth it. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much.
We will do something very similar. No, it's a great cause, and you're more than welcome.
No, I hope that's I love that. Like it's hopefully in January. It will happen. I think we've made our target now. So in January, I'll put up mid-January, usually around between the 21st and 22nd, they usually pay out. So whatever Hope shows directly after that, I'll screenshot the email and the final donation. So that's very exciting. Thanks very much, David. I really, really appreciate that. We've got Rogue One Photography. He's a channel member. He's a panel member. He's a wielder of the blue wrench. So behave yourself, folks. And he is usually here every Monday. So He couldn't make it tonight. I was messaging him earlier on. So hopefully he'll be here next Monday and all as well. So for the kids, thank you very much. I really appreciate that, Phil. Extremely generous. The Moose Man is back. For the kids, by the way, I've never regretted becoming a 1-6-figure focus commander in all my 32 months of subscription. Thank you very much. This is a worthy channel. Oh, thank you very much. And if you can't do the commander's level, do a trooper's level. And Happy New Year. Peace. Much appreciated, and appreciate the kind words with the $10 super chat again for a great cause. I started this because I think Vita. Sometimes I think myself and Vitter are nearly equally as critical in certain things, but Sinners was fine, good, not excellent at Jim Collector. So she's given him a slap on air. Vitter. I would agree though. I think it's definitely a good movie. I think it lies at 3.5 for me. I'd probably wouldn't be as harsh. I might actually say it. I don't know, the word excellent just doesn't come out of my mouth for that movie, but I think it's very, very good. It's a solid movie. Will watch again. Dogito, channel member, let's get to the top of the Nakatomi Plaza, only to be pushed off again. Thank you very much, Dogito, much appreciated. We got Mike L as well with the $5 super chat. I'm sure we've definitely hit the target here as well. And then a man who is not just super chatting today, but has super chatted multiple times during this campaign. So much appreciated, Harrison, not only for being here, for being a channel member, and for the kind super chat. And the same to Ryan as well. There's a lot of reoccurring members of the channel who are supporting for a great cause. Man, this is insane. Ash Chase, thank you very much as well. The diehard Deadpool and Wolverine fan, thank you very much again. I've seen him super chat before. And of course, Shiny with the 666. Yeah, I'm just going to say it. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. To kids in their hospital beds, and so to get them to come home. You know what? Even if they can get one of those kids to come home, or even contribute to, because these operations, they're probably like thousands of euro. But look, if we can contribute, happy days. Pardon me. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate all the generous, kind super chats. So let's take a look at this Terminator. So I'll just get this up here. I was going to go through some details briefly in terms of pricing and stuff like that, and we will address everything there is to be addressed. I'm trying to not leave out any details. Do we have this? Okay, so I just put up the there's 57 watching people there. It's good numbers, much appreciated. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching the replay, we appreciate you too, and if you could please do the same if you're watching in the future. All right, so this is the INART site. It is a worldwide license. It is the T-800 Terminator from the first 1984 movie, based on the likeness of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Just a few little things here. Your payment options, again, you can buy direct from INART. It is $426 and free shipping. So not only is it worldwide license, so you can buy from the States or Ireland or the UK or wherever and get it shipped to you. You can buy direct, which is great. You'll still have to record, apparently, an unboxing video, but we'll get to that. I'm sure we'll get to that. But yeah, $426. If you order before New Year's Eve, you get a whopping $4 off, mind you, and free shipping. Crazy. Don't spend it all in the one shop, as Zach might say. I saw a comment, shout out to Zach. It was a funny comment he left on INART's site. Now, you could go deposit, and that's $90, but then you will have to pay a remaining $336, so you don't get the $4 off, but you still get free shipping. So if you're not in a position to drop $422 right now after Christmas, I get it. It's also a lot of money anyway, no, regardless what time of the year it is. You can go $90 and pay $336 and still get free shipping, which is good, because I thought maybe they might have penalized people there for not paying in full with the free shipping. So that's decent. I thought it was a bit on the pricey side, considering Negan was, I think, $269 or $289.
Yeah,
Negan was reasonably priced, but then again, I was thinking, before all the news broke about the 2-pack, which we will get to, Negan isn't Schwarzenegger. The Walking Dead isn't the Terminator. Negan comes with one jacket, and I do think even in the morning there was a bit of confusion if it was a battle damage jacket and a clean jacket. And I think when I placed my order this morning, before the 2-pack news broke, I was under the impression it was one figure that had 2 head sculpts, one clean, well, one battle damage, one more battle damaged, and then a clean jacket and a battle damage jacket, and then a clean t-shirt and a battle damage t-shirt. So with Negan at 2, 8, 9, let's face it, like I said, it's not Arnie. Like Negan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is not Arnold Schwarzenegger. Negan is not the Terminator. The Walking Dead is not the Terminator. It's not the same. I don't think it's a level playing field. This was still coming with 2 sculpts and 2 sets of some clothing. So still a bit expensive, but it was always going to be more expensive than Negan. That's my point. Mm-hmm. Do you want to give your initial thoughts on this before I give mine, and then we will get to all the updates, because I have a slide specific for that. If you want to just, I can flick through the photos and you can just riff on this.
Sure. I mean, I have to go.
Yep.
It looks phenomenal. It's hard to talk about this figure without talking about the updates that we know about now. But I was always going to pre-order this. I think my only hill that I'm going to die on here is that we know for a fact at the moment this doesn't have any light up function, and that really does need to be addressed. And I know there's been, again, pertaining to the news, I think it's in discussions, that sort of thing, right? But other than that, it does look fantastic. I think the sculpt needs a few tweaks. It's an incredible release. I mean, that picture there, that looks like the original movie poster, right? It just looks absolutely incredible. I think he maybe looks a little bit too old. I mean, I compared on the stream on Saturday, the original poster and this, and he definitely looks a tad younger in the original poster. But other than that, I think it's phenomenal. I think it's a little, maybe just a tad of a misstep. I feel like they could have done rooted on this one. I feel like they could have. If you look at that original poster, his hair is quite fluffy. I feel like they could have pulled that off quite easily. You know, this is INART. This is the undisputed king of rooting. I feel like they could have pulled it off. But again, this does just look fantastic.
I will come in on that there. I don't think the likeness is all the way there. Now, no. I've seen people in the comments saying it looks nothing like Arnie. Come on, folks, it's a scale. Like, if you're saying nothing, you mean it's 0 out of 10. If Arnie himself at that time is 100%, then 0 out of 10, you're saying it looks nothing like Arnie. I still fancy that if you just had that head sculpt and you showed it to a random guy in the street, they'd be like, yeah, that's meant to be Arnold
0 out of 10 would be me in a leather jacket. Let's be real.
Exactly. It's a completely different person. So I can see Arnie here, but not as much as I'd like. I'm not going to put my head in the sand here. It's like I commented on this on INART, and I was like, look, I'm really happy you're doing this. This is it's really exciting. But that head sculpt does need some work, because I can see Arnie there, but not all the way there. And I gotta say, this highlights that Hot Toys are the king of sculpted hair. Yep. This sculpted hair, I believe, could be better. And his hair was lighter. This looks black. His hair was a little bit lighter. I think actually considerably lighter. I think they're legitimate criticisms, personally. I've heard other people say, why isn't there no clean sculpt? But we know the answer to that, because if he's wearing this outfit, he puts this on after he performs surgery on himself to remove the tissue on his eye when it gets damaged after the Tech Noir scene, and the car chase. He goes back to fix himself. He removes the tissue, performs surgery himself. He puts the glasses on to hide the damage so that he can still blend in. He was never in this outfit with the clean look, so that's the reason for it, I agree with you on the light up eye, though. If it's a missed opportunity if they don't address it.
It's T800 101. Literally. It's like the first thing you build up from that, right? I just don't understand how they've gone ahead without any light up function. It just doesn't compute. It doesn't make any sense. And it's like we discussed earlier, right?
And they're advertising it like this.
Yeah, but it's like it's under UV light, it glows. Like, we've been told for years to keep our stuff away from UV light. I'm not going to start shining UV lights. And when is that useful? Are you going to have like a little?
Well,
UV
when you go to Dubai and you get your deck chair and you've got your T800 next to you with a mojito, that eye's going to glow pretty good.
And it'll probably work, yeah. But
it'll melt as well.
they're gonna do a 180 on the light up function. They have to have the light up function.
180s is something I do want to address on, but I'm going to wait until we get Harrison's thought, and then we look at the some of the updates. I have a slide ready for the updates specifically, because I actually pre-ordered this thinking this was the offering, you know. Harrison, what do you reckon? What do you think?
Pretty much everything that you said. I
didn't bring you here to agree with me, Harrison. You know how this works.
I know. Everything you said. I think the likeness is there, but it definitely needs improvement. The hair sculpting, they need to get better at. They just don't seem to be able to sculpt hair as well as what Hot Toys can. But then they've been doing it a lot longer. All the accessories are good. The base I like. I know people will still be upset about a magnetic base, but
that's me.
Hopefully they'll go back to it. I actually got to see the Black Widow recently with the magnetic base, and it works. So I don't know why they can't do it. And the eye, as you've said already, is a given. Really, it needs to light up, and not only does it need to light up, we need to be getting past the batteries. We need to be doing USB.
Yep.
We need it needs to just be able to plug in and work. So the fact that they don't even have a light up feature seems very dated to me, almost, especially at the price it is. Like even before the news broke out, I do think the price on this, even though what you said it is Arnie and it's Terminator, I still think it's very, very high for a sculpted piece, as it was when it went up for order. But we know what INART's like, and I'm fully prepared to give it a week or two, and then they'll actually show the proper version that they're going to do, because they always seem to do it where they announce it, show it, and go, oh yeah, well this isn't actually the one, this is it, and then there's the updated eye and the updated hair and the updated body, and they just seem to do it. It's happened far too many times now that it's just that's how they work. I feel like they almost put out the older version of it.
Today seemed very planned, lads. It's like they put all this time. They tease it twice at two different cons. They then put up the one photo on Instagram saying it's going on up for pre-order today, the 29th. Then the next day they drop all the images and like, okay, as a product, I personally thought looks great, but yes, the Arnie likeness needs work. But exactly what Harrison's saying, we've seen this before. They do this thing, they show you something and then it tweaks, it's improved. I think the same thing happened with, going back as far as their Joker, the same thing definitely happened with Aragorn. First time that was displayed at the con, it was awful looking. I'm hoping the same thing will happen to Daenerys, because I don't know, there's a lot of Game of Thrones there. Who's the young fella from Harry Potter? That's not the blonde fella. Malfoy. They went back to the drawing board with him as well, because he got some negative feedback, the sculpt on it, you know. So that hasn't been released yet, has it?
No, they've not even shown the updates, I don't think, right?
Yeah. So Harrison's right, and obviously because myself and David are invested in this, we really want you to be right, Harrison. You know?
They will.
Yeah.
In the chat, someone said they'd rather have a movable eye than a glowing eye, but I think they can do both. They really can do both. You've seen it before with, like, I know it's not exactly the same, but like K2SO, that's light up eyes, but you can still move them as well. It is very feasible. We just need to pull our finger out of our backside and, you know, not cut corners.
Now, that actually is probably a good segue into the next part of this. I just want to add this slide here because, well, I'm happy, but I'm just a little bit of too good to be true, and I'll explain. You probably know where this is going. So you've put your pre-order down, David, yeah?
Correct.
Okay. And did you mind ask, did you pay in full or did you deposit or?
I deposit, yeah, do a deposit.
Yeah. Because like I was like, I know it's only $4, but I was like, oh look, I may as well just rip this band-aid off. This train's coming home anyway, so
yeah. I
did the same thing with Daryl. It's nice to have one or two things on my pre-order list paid off as opposed to you know, on a payment plan or whatever. It's, you know, because it just softens the blow a bit. Like, because typically with Line Rock they want 20% deposit. So I'm okay, I'll pay 20% deposit, or if something on Sideshow which is very rare. It might be a payment plan, but when I saw the Daryl, there was an advantage to buying it. Was it maybe the free worldwide shipping or something? I don't know what it was, but it made sense anyway. But okay, so this one I want to show. I got this from Pop Collectibles. I'm going to read it out. I know the text is really, really small. Just bear with me, folks, and I'll just read this out for you. Can you see the text on the screen? I know it's small, but can you see the slide?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so this is from Pop Collectibles. It says 2 hours ago. It's probably about 4 hours ago. INART has announced a change for the 1/6 Terminator 1, Terminator T800 into complete 2-figure sets. So I saw this after I'd already committed to it. And I'd imagine there's a lot of people in the same situation or similar. The battle damaged head sculpt's eyes will being slightly enlarged. I'm guessing it's a translation thing. Will be slightly enlarged. The head sculpt now uses a laminated coating process. Both the displayed prototype and official images already reflect the final mass production version. That point there is nearly is a point later on nearly contradicts that, if I remember this correctly. The mechanical eyes feature fluorescent paint detailing. Glasses are being considered to add fluorescent painted red dots. Obviously you can see the dot underneath it, the glass maybe, or dots. A meeting will be held to discuss whether lighting will be added. David mentioned that earlier on. Creative director Viper announced it will be released directly as a 2-figure set. So I presume directly as a 2-figure set means in the same box. 2 bodies, 2 full outfits, effectively paying one price for 2 figures. The battle damage version's trousers will receive additional damage detailing and weathering, and whether 2 display bases will be included has not yet been decided. So earlier on, if you look at point 3, it says both the displayed prototype and official images already reflect the final mass production version. That makes it sound like what you see is what you get. But then it's like, oh yeah, we're going to change these all. There must be a bit of translation error or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the last one, 2 bases, whether 2 bases will be included. They're going to have to do that after 2 figures. Surely to God, 2 bases. Okay, so I have lots of thoughts, but I'm going to sit back and just, gentlemen, what do you think about that?
Okay, so yeah, I think you're right. I think they've contradicted themselves immediately. I have noticed with a lot of their update posts and a lot of their posts generally, they seem to contradict themselves quite a lot, and a lot of their stuff doesn't really land. It doesn't really make sense. Like Catwoman's now waterproof. What does that even mean? That's probably just some lamination spiel, and it's been poorly translated somewhere along the line. But you know, I think to say a meeting is going to be held about the light up function, I think that's great. However, I think we quickly need, because it's like 30 days, isn't it? You have 30 days to do all the most INART stuff. They need within 30 days to say, look, we are going to add the light up function, because I've got a feeling that's going to be like a good 40% of people at least that are holding their horses, POing this thing, because they need that in there. And I completely understand that, and I'd be on board with that. Unfortunately, I'm just a sucker that just pre-orders anything apparently. But yeah, I feel like it's a good move, because I know when I first saw the price drop, I went straight to Negan in my head, and Rick as well. So it would have worked out that I would have paid less for Rick, a rooted figure, than this T800 as a solo figure release at the time. And it just seemed like too much. And realistically, we're going to have it in one look or the other. So it made sense in my mind to split out those two. But obviously, they're going to make it worth our money and give us 2 figures in the box effectively. But yeah, like adding the red dot to the glasses, come on now. That is a pants solution. That's awful. And you're not going to be able to see it, right? It's just going to be a weird splodge on the sunglasses.
Yeah, and if you don't like that, then are you stuck with it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because I just think the glaringly obvious answer here is to just add lighting, and then people that want the lighting shining through the sunglasses can turn on that LED, and we're away to the races. We're good to go. I just feel like we're trying to skirt around the actual solution here, because it's going to be the harder to implement, right? A bit of paint on some sunglasses, fantastic.
Yeah, like because I have the police shootout version from Hot Toys, and honestly, it's an old figure, but it's still no slouch. Yeah. I would say the likeness to Arnie, with the glasses on anyway, it kind of gives this a run for its money because this isn't refined. I think when this is refined, I don't think it will be even close. But as an old figure it's still pretty damn good. Now, but from the neck down, I think everything I've seen from INART looks better, proportions and stuff like that. Yeah. But that particular figure, I've got like a light up kit for the DX13, the one Battle Damage Terminator 2 one from Hendra Fusion Reactors. And I've got his kit for the new Battle Damage version, the 2.0 one. But with the police shootout one, because it's so old, he was saying there's actually a push button. So he said the only way of doing it is I'd have to send him the head. It doesn't come on automatically. It's a push button thing, but he has a little workaround for it and send it back. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put the glasses on. I'm just going to put the glasses on. Do you know? Yeah. And you can't see anything, and that works. Like, but if you don't, if they end up messing that up, and you don't have just a slick black look, it'll be like the splodge on it. And you're like,
It's strange, isn't it? And I think realistically, you could probably go to the uncontacted tribe on North Sentinel Island, show them a pair of sunglasses with a red light shining through. They go, yeah, that's the Terminator. You know, it's just that iconic. It needs to be done. INART, they're probably much more likely to watch this stream than they are mine. If you're watching this, we need light up. It has to be done.
No one's watching this stream, David. There's probably a few mouth-breathing trolls there, but like that's probably about it. Like,
well, if there are any trolls, can you go and troll INART and tell them to add?
Yeah, make them work for us, you know.
Yeah, please.
What do you think, Harrison?
I think it was done far too quickly for it to not already have been planned.
If
it was even a couple of days and they reacted to it, the fact that it's the same day, they obviously knew that they were purposely pricing it higher, so then they could then go, oh look, wait, we're actually giving you two bodies now, and now it's worth it.
So do you think this is similar to Hot Toys releasing questionable blogger photos because it just creates a storm? And you know, all publicity is good publicity, right?
Yeah, exactly. We're all talking about it, so it's worked. And also with the base, it said on the list that we don't know if there'll be another base. If I remember rightly, the Joker 4-pack wasn't originally a 4-pack. It was kind of like a 3-pack, wasn't it? And then people were saying, well, no, we want the 4. And then if you're doing the 4, you need another base for all of them. And then they made another base for that one. So I feel if they did it for the Joker, I'm sure they'll do it with this one.
You know what? They've a few really key cornerstones. I know they're only like maybe 4 years in this, but they have established themselves as, you know, being the kings of rooted hair, bar like high-end customs. But to be honest, for the price you're paying, the value is there. Their rooted hair is fantastic. They do offer kind of custom bodies and high quality tailoring for the most part and everything. And then the final one, then they kind of have become, in a way, the kings of under promise, over deliver. I do think there's a bit of strategy here. And like, I'm not complaining either. Like, I was happy enough to put $4.22 down because I got my $4 off, mind you. I was like, okay, it's a bit on the pricey side, but this is the bloody Terminator. Like, anyone who's been watching the channel, I'm probably sick to death of me saying triple threat. I love the source material, I love the character, I love this particular version. But one thing I've been asking myself more and more and more in the last few years is, will I like this figure in 10 years' time? I've liked this since I was 10. Do you know what I mean? So they kind of have me there. Like, they have me with their $4.22 and the free worldwide shipping. But then to go, okay, now it's a 2-pack. If... Do you know how we got you? That's actually, I'm not complaining. That's what I'm saying. I hope people don't turn in and go, they're complaining because they're getting a 2-pack. Not at all. We just think, okay, maybe it's a bit of strategy, like, you know. Pardon me. Yeah, I want to look at some of these photos. I was very impressed with, though. Would you prefer just no lighting like this in your promotional images? Or would you like a mix, or do you just want like something like this just that shows the product and that's it? Or
I kind of feel like INART's promotional pictures are fantastic, but very poor at the same time. And I've learned a lot about photography from Mandy since we met. She tells me all the stuff I don't understand, to be quite fair. But they're always quite, the contrast is always dialed up. They're always quite dark and moody, which looks fantastic. But it does throw out potentially, like the hair, for example. Is that hair a little bit lighter than it appears in this picture? They've just dialed the contrast up a little bit, I feel like it could be quite misrepresenting, and we saw that with the Superman, right? Everyone was like, oh, the colours are way too dull. And then we saw the reviews from the prototype with all these different influencers. And actually, it was not like that at all. It was actually quite vibrant. So they do have, I think they try and go for ultra realism in their shots, which is fantastic, but at the same time can be quite detrimental for hiding certain attributes of sculpts and, the tailoring and things like that. But overall, I think that this is my preferred, look for photography. So I'm quite happy with these.
Yeah, I think maybe on the contrast and stuff, sometimes that can, if there is any defining lines, like see the lines in between his eyes there, the bridge of his nose, or on the forehead, that if they're there, they're going to show more. So maybe that's why he looks a bit older as well.
It's always like, for me, it always seems like they've turned up the sharpness a tiny bit as well. They've taken a picture. You do it on your phone, right? You just crank that sharpness up, make it look a little bit better. I feel like that's what they do a lot of the time.
Yeah. I actually like the blend of, you've got the ones with the grey background that's just like, this is the product. It's a product for photo shoot. But then you got a bit of the kind of like the moody, kind of more atmospheric looks.
Yeah.
But then sometimes here, I suppose, it's been backlit a bit. You can kind of see some of the outline of the hair, because if there was nothing going on there, if that was, I think if there was no light behind them, you wouldn't be able to see any of that. But maybe a different background might have been a bit better just to show the outline to him. But yeah, look, my thoughts on this were, when I dropped the pre-order at the time and thought it was a one pack with swap off outfit, battle damage parts, I did think it was a little bit expensive, but I did justify it, as in it's Arnie, it's the Terminator, it's they got you in nostalgia as well as the quality of the movie, and $422, it is expensive, but then again you do have the free worldwide shipping as well. But I still thought, and I still think now, the likeness is the biggest thing. That I just hope they dial in that likeness to Arnie. Yeah. The base, if it stays as is, not a deal breaker at all. But maybe if they give us something a little bit more interesting, whether it's magnetic or not, even like a street
literally anything.
I was literally just about to say that. Yeah. The very first one that INART did was the Joker, and you got that big metal scene with the bench and real wood, and they really went to the effort of a really nice diorama base. And then since then they've got more and more and more plain, to the point that this looks like a J&D base now. Like even with Aragorn, Legolas, the Superman, they're all like, Superman's more diorama but has like the little Man of Steel symbol. Legolas and Aragorn, they're sort of, they look like they're just part of the world, whereas this is just getting like, it's nice, it looks premium, but it's also kind of boring. Like
it's like a piece of cream carpet. Like what?
What I think it's supposed to be like, is it maybe the tiles on the floor of the police shootout? Like, but I don't know.
Textured, right? So I don't know. It looks like carpet to me.
Yeah.
I don't
maybe he stands on a rug at some scene. I can't remember.
At some point, he probably did stand on a rug. Yeah,
maybe that was it.
I like using bases, and I do use bases on pretty much all my figures. But I love a diorama base. I don't sacrifice space for them to stand on, though. Make it do it smartly, but like that, it's just a rectangle. Like it is very, it's a black rectangle with a bit of whatever it is on top. I just think that they could have done something, even as you said, even if it was a road or a broken path or just something like, even The Walking Dead, you look at all three of theirs, there's a really nice bases.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic, those bases.
Negan has something to lean on,
they're the perfect sort of bases where it's, you can stand it on it, but it's like a part of a scene. I just think this is just a bit boring.
Yeah, I'd agree there. I think in order of priority, the likeness to Arnie is number one for me. After that, it's probably the light up function, and then followed by the base there. Like if I could pick two, it'd be like likeness to Arnie on the head sculpts would be number 1, and then number 2 would be a light up, and then the base number 3. But like, I do hope they do pay attention to some streams, and that they like, again, I don't want to see them underappreciative. Even before the 2-pack announcement, I was like, okay, I paid $4.22. I own 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 or 9 INART pieces, and I have yet to be disappointed by any of them. Yeah, there's little nitpicks and shortcomings here and there, but like, I trust them with this movie and this IP that it means so much to me and so much to a lot of people. So I really hope that they do listen, and they because they've done good so far. They put anyone who's pre-ordered today before the 2-pack announcement is delighted. Let's be honest. But I hope that this update, this Pop Collectibles one, about them seeing if it's possible to add a second base. Maybe they'll go, maybe let's improve the base as well. Or even maybe they go, okay, well, there's 2 bases. Maybe should we make them, one for the police shootout tiles, maybe have another look at that floor, and then one for like a street diorama when he's completely, when he's chasing them or something like that. Like, and that they look at the light up function, they look at the likeness. But I think it's overall positive. Like, I mean, 422 shipped, and then there's 2 figures, and if they do all those updates, like, you could be looking at figure of the year 2027. Do you know? I know you hate that. I know you hate that, David. But this is make an exception. Like,
that's going to be one of the
it's subjective. It's subjective.
As well.
Deal of the year 2027.
Yeah. Say again.
I said it's got to be one of the cheapest 2-packs now, because I don't think I've like full figures, not like say a Mandalorian and Grogu or something like that, but 2 full figures for that price. If that is the case, and they do bases, that's a absolute bargain at that point.
I mean, realistically, I think it is a bargain. Don't get me wrong, 100% it's a bargain, but it's going to be another pair of boots, another pair of trousers, and that's it. That's body. The body as well. But these bodies are like pennies for the most part, right? So I think it is a very, very good deal, but I think it's not going to cost them very much to implement that change.
Yeah. And you think, like, I mean, oh God, I don't even want to put this out there to the ether, but
put it out there.
I just paid $422, and that's free shipping. And then I learned that, okay, they're doing a 2-pack and they're looking into all these updates. So if it is a 2-pack, which they've confirmed, and then they add in these updates, are they going to go back to the well? And they cannot go back to the well and mess with the price. They cannot do that.
Right.
No.
Like, that would be
pre-ordered in.
That'd be how to piss off everyone 101.
I think Harrison was on the money there. I think this was very cold and calculated. This was to get their name out there, and I think it's achieved that, because we're all talking about it now, right? As we've rightly pointed out.
100%. Like, and like, I've seen you talk on your streams for the last few weeks, and like, we're very similar in terms of like the respect we have for INART. I do think they make better figures, and it's like, I remember there was definitely a few years ago, oh, who would you like them to make? And I was like, I'd like to see them make a Terminator. I know a lot of people say, but Hot Toys have made a Terminator. I was like, yeah, but they made this one, which I have, and I won't be selling it because it's signed by Linda Hamilton and Michael Biehn. So it's like, that's going nowhere. But this one would be the one I display, so this is what I wanted them to do, so.
I can only echo that sentiment. They just do, and I know when you say it, people come for you, but it just is what it is, right? They're just elite, aren't they? I've never seen anything from INART or is anything in hand that I've been disappointed with. I think the only thing I've been disappointed with INART, if you haven't seen my videos already, is their customer service. That is the only thing where they've disappointed me. Other than that, absolutely stellar, A-star. Every single release has been an absolute banger. And I think when people try and disprove that fact, they always tend to want to go for like the Joker or the early days of QC issues. And it's like, well, hang about, why are we still using the original Joker? That was their first figure. Let's let that go, right? Even they've said, that's not our best work. It's not the best, is it? But
and like, I'm turning around here and I'm looking up, and I've got him posed with the magnetic base, and he's still standing up. And he's got those heavy die-cast bombs and grenades, and he's posed, and he just looks great. Like, and it's like
he's a phenomenal figure for his time.
it's just but it's like
it was groundbreaking, right? I think that was the first. Was that the first ever proper rooted figure that we saw? I can't remember off the top of my head.
It was
but
Hot Toys had done hair, but it wasn't. It was, dolly hair, like,
Yeah. But,
that Black Widow was rough.
Yeah, I think we need to put a bit more respect on that Joker. I know up to today's standard, where we're at now, it doesn't hold up anymore. But what it did for the market and for the industry, it was no slouch.
Yeah, I still really like it. I style it. I've styled it once, like, because I know some people, when they got it, it was quite fuzzy. I didn't have that issue, but I had other issues with it. But I just find, even like, maybe I think I've done it once, maybe did it twice. No, I did it once. Just a little bit of a paintbrush, tiny little paintbrush, and a little bit of water, and style it, and it just means it's just controlled more, and I can push it to where I want. Like, because again, I'll do that with the Joker because it's Heath Ledger and stuff like that, but I probably won't be doing it with a Chewie. Like, I'll do it once, set and forget. Like, but yeah, I think that's just about it. Like, or any other closing thoughts on this announcement?
I'll be interested to see what Hot Toys does now to fight back against this. They seem to do it every single time they do it.
They do.
They haven't got a license anymore for T1, have they? I think.
No, but they'll drop something else that's
though.
really, really, really popular instead.
Because what John said, I think John said it on one of Will's stream. I don't know for sure, that they couldn't get the T2 license, but they could get the T1 one. But they didn't say that Hot Toys only have the T2 license. You know what I mean? So, because
I know they were going for both, weren't they? I think they were trying to go for one or the other, and then they went back, and then they're like, "Oh, T2's gone now." So I think that's what happened. Yeah, I think. Sorry, go on, Shane.
They probably have something like Hot Toys probably have like half a dozen things that they're waiting for, big names, big movies, legacy characters that they know we've got our finest team on this, and that it wouldn't surprise me if, like, New Year's Day or something outlandish, like.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they do it every time.
My closing thoughts on that, and I think it's something that we're seeing now with INART. It's becoming apparent that, I know this is probably a bit of a setup. They've probably done this on purpose to ruffle a few feathers, shake a few cages, and get everyone speaking about it. But I'm starting to see evidence of corner cutting, and I don't like it. And just certain things, little things right now, but I don't want to get into the situation where we're seeing big drop-offs from prototypes. But I don't think we will. But I think it's important for INART to know that a lot of their fan base are much like ourselves, in the sense I would preferably wait longer and get something that's brilliant, but I see the sentiment shared across the groups and on YouTube that, people want them to speed up and, explore more IPs, which is great for us. But at the same time, let's not forget that quality and how we all fell in love with INART, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think we're at the
got to keep the
balance
standard
now, aren't we? They've got the quality and the speed. I think now they're pumping out a lot faster. Some even under a year. Like, I didn't even realize the Wukong was announced and released in the same year.
Oh wow! I didn't know that either.
As was Snape.
Yeah. So they're definitely speeding up.
Yeah,
I think out of all the nominations, I whittled it down to 16 figures that were mentioned the most for potential figure of the year. The first video I did on the release on Christmas Day about, like, the figure of the year based on the community opinions and vote and stuff like that, and like I literally had one vote, the same as everyone else, and I went Wolverine. But there was 16, and out of the 16, I think 6 of them were INART, and they only released about maybe 8 this year or something like that. I can't remember the exact number, but pretty good hit rate, like. Yeah. So cheers, folks. Thanks very much, Harrison. Thanks very much, David. I think we had like 80 in the chat at one stage. That was pretty good numbers. It's a nice sweet spot there. People probably still celebrating Christmas, but maybe a bit of time off tomorrow or something like that. Or so really appreciate everyone watching. Whether you're watching live on the replay, hit the like button, hit subscribe button, folks. Huge thanks. I don't have the words to thank people, especially the people that drop those super chats. It is for a really good cause. So if you've been watching this back going, God, they're really, really generous. They're being generous because at the start we said all the money is going to be added up in January and given to Children's Health Ireland. Of course, I will be, when I make the donation, they'll send me an email receipt and I will display that as well. So that's all legit above board. But I think it's safe to say, folks, our target was 400 and I think we've actually officially hit our target. Next time you'll see me, I'm continuing the 12 Days of Christmas. So there's a video coming out tomorrow. It's going to be my full breakdown thoughts on the Terminator situation. A lot of them you would have got here live. The next day then is New Year's Eve, and I'm going to put up the video outlining my own personal picks for Figure of the Year, and I may do a final live stream on New Year's Eve. And yeah, every day there'll be a video dropping at 3 p.m. So some good ones in the pipeline, hopefully. Gentlemen, do you want to plug anything there? Maybe an Instagram, a channel, or anything at all?
We could do with all the help we can get. Yeah. So as Shane and Harrison have alluded to, we've started our own stream recently. I think we've been going for about 10 weeks now, something like that. I think we've been stuck on around 202 subscribers for the longest time now. So if any of you have enjoyed my company, if you go and give us a subscribe, that'd be much appreciated. Other than that,
I'm going to share that now. I just 6 scale. So what's your Instagram handle there? If you want to explain it while I just get
exactly the same, yeah. 6 scale shields.
Good stuff. So 6 scale shields, and I'm looking at, hopefully be able to copy and paste this. Yeah, give us a second.
For all the people that are in here that do join our stream as well, thank you for your support. It's been a bit overwhelming actually, because I remember randomly, I think it was last week or the week before, I can't remember, we had Her Geeky Side, Jim, and we had X-Man Supreme joins us every week, and they all just flooded in. All of a sudden we had like 30 people, which was unheard of for us. So that was overwhelmingly positive. So we've seen a lot of fanfare up until this point, which has been very kind.
Excellent stuff. Yeah, and if you look in the live chat there, folks, I've just posted it's the 6 Scale Shills YouTube channel link. So literally all you have to do that is click on that, click subscribe, and then switch to your burner accounts, click on it and subscribe. And then we all know you have at least 3, because how else are people trolling with these you always click on them and it's like 1 subscriber, 7 years, and it's like at Bebop1 or something like this. It's like, okay, all right, fair enough. Good man. But look, folks, it's been great. Thank you very much for giving up your free time, folks. Thanks very much to everyone in the chat. Everyone is for comments and liking and subscribing, and of course the generous super chats. It's for a great cause, and that's pretty much us out of here. So unless there's any final comments, folks, I'm gonna hit the outro. We good to go, folks?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Thank you, gents, and thanks to everyone who watched. See ya.